Here's my recap of the 2024 South by Southwest Film and TV Festival. Day one started off with me waiting at the barricade for the red carpet world premiere of Jake Gyllenhaal's new movie, Roadhouse. But after waiting an hour, I decided it was not worth my time, so I ended up lining my way across town to see the US premiere of a movie I actually wanted to see, Sing Sing. And it was definitely worth it because Sing Sing was probably one of my favorites from the festival. Sing Sing is a semi-autobiographical film set in Sing Sing Correctional Facility, a maximum security prison in the state of New York, and follows a group of inmates in the penitentiary's RTA theater program as they try to put on their next theater production. Sing Sing is incredibly emotional not only because of its subject matter, but because of how the cast is constructed. Besides the lead, Colman Domingo, and Paul Raci, the cast is mostly comprised of former alumni from the program. Overall, Sing Sing is a powerful movie that shows how inmates are still humans despite their mistakes, as the movie uses real-life alumni from the program to deliver this strong message on redemption, all led by a great performance from Colman Domingo. So if you have the opportunity to see Sing Sing when it comes out, I highly recommend it. Not just because it's a well-made movie, but because it's a movie with a profound message. After Sing Sing, I want to go see a talk from the comedy festival, but after seeing how long the line was, I ended up just going to the world premiere of Netflix's new show, Three Body Problem. I would love to tell you what the show is about, but I still have no idea because the first episode did not do a good job at showing this. And to make matters worse, this is the only premiere I went to that had no Q&A, so I wasn't going to get any more context. All I got was this stupid helmet to take a selfie with. So yeah, I'm probably going to pass on this one. Day 2 started off with me waiting in line to see Movie Pass, Movie Crash. But after being turned away, I ended up just taking a break in this morning session. After this break, I made my way to the Stateside Theater where I saw two premieres, We Strangers and the world premiere of Daisy Ridley's new film, Magpie. Overall, Magpie was a pretty good psychological thriller that was laid out well and shows the impact jealousy has on family dynamics and relationships. All led by a good performance from Daisy Ridley and a well-executed climax. So if you're a Star Wars fan who wrongly went after Daisy Ridley, I recommend that you watch this because it shows that she was not the problem. She's a good actress. She was just given very bad material to work with. Day 3 was a pretty short day because it was Oscar Sunday and I wanted to see Oppenheimer do well. So I ended up just seeing one movie. YouTuber Freddie Wong's feature film, We're All Gonna Die. Day 4 was packed because I saw 3 premieres. The first movie I saw was Sasquatch Sunset. And the title is pretty self-explanatory. It's a movie about Sasquatches. Overall, the film was decent as it played like a nature documentary the way we use the lens of the camera to look into the lives of Sasquatches and how they parallel humans. But this movie really wasn't for me because of its excessive use of bodily fluids and grotesque comedy. The second premiere I saw was Movie Pass, Movie Crash. This was the first documentary I saw at the festival, and it was definitely my favorite. As you could probably get from the title, this documentary is about the rise and the fall of the infamous Movie Pass service that lets you watch an unlimited amount of movies in theaters for only $9.95 a month. I really enjoyed this documentary as it did a great job of sharing the history of the company, where it went wrong, and how there might be a happy ending coming soon. For fans of technology, startups, or movies, this documentary is definitely up your alley. But most importantly, if you're a fan of AMC A-List, you better watch this because without Movie Pass, there'd be no A-List. And most importantly, there'd be no Nicole Kidman pre-roll. So for that, fellow soldiers, we must pay our respects. The final premiere I wanted to see was Dev Patel's new film, Monkey Man. But I wasn't able to get into the screening. On the bright side, I somewhat got a selfie with Jordan Peele, with a big emphasis on somewhat. So I ended up seeing So Torn instead. And I really enjoyed it. It was very unique with its sharp technicals, especially the editing and cinematography, and used fast-paced direction to create an engaging thriller. And this helped tell the story because it was about a mobile seamstress that gets involved in a bad drug deal, and the film goes through 3 different scenarios she can go to get past it. And overall, this was definitely the most ambitious film I saw at the festival. Day 5 was a star-packed day, as I went to 2 world premieres and the red carpet of one of the headliners. The first premiere I saw was Cheech and Chong's Last Movie, a documentary on the rise and fall of one of comedy's most iconic duos, Cheech and Chong. And the duo definitely came to the premiere in style as they rode in a vintage car towing a giant receptacle that one inhales to achieve a happier feeling. In terms of the movie itself, I enjoyed this documentary because I thought it was very polished and did a very good job showing the rise and stardom of the comedic duo. But I would have loved to have seen more time added to show the falling apart and eventual reunion for the duo. Overall, if you're a fan of comedy, you'll definitely enjoy this one. After the documentary ended, I went straight to the red carpet for one of the main headliners of the festival, The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Even though I didn't get to see the movie, I did see an exciting motorcycle stunt show. And most importantly, I got to be 5 feet away from Oppenheimer's Emily Blunt, and I got to see Barbie's The final premiere of the night was the world premiere of Sydney Sweeney's third film in 4 months, Immaculate. This premiere definitely had the most unique presentation because they had actors in possessed nun costumes stand in front of the stage as we were making our way to our seats. And when seating commenced, they opened the screening with a choir of nuns singing. For the movie itself, it's a generic nun, covenant, Catholic horror movie. But it is a pretty good one, as it's carried out by a pretty good performance from Sydney Sweeney and a well-executed climax, even though the movie heavily relies on jump scares to elicit fear. However, my biggest takeaway from the film is I think Sydney Sweeney has the potential to be a good leading actress. And after Anyone But You and Madam Web, that's all you can really ask for. Day 6 was quiet, as I only ended up seeing one movie. But this ended up being my favorite from the festival, Dee Dee. Dee Dee is a coming-of-age comedy drama set in 2008 Fremont, California that follows an Asian American teenager during his last summer before high school. Overall, Dee Dee is a very good coming-of-age drama that accurately portrays the struggles of an Asian American adolescent trying to find himself, carried out by authentic yet humorous writing and a powerful performance from Joan Chen. If Dee Dee's playing in a theater near you, I highly recommend you go watch it. Also, side note, after I left my screening of Dee Dee at Alamo Drafthouse, I walked past the Daniels, the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once. On day 7, I saw 2 premieres, Omniloop and Cuckoo starring Hunter Schafer. Cuckoo is a horror movie set in the German Alps and follows Hunter Schafer's character moving in with her father after leaving her mother in America. After taking a job at a local resort, she starts to see that her world is not what it seems. Overall, the film has elements to be a good horror movie because everything begins to click by the climax. But the movie is held back by its convoluted storytelling and concept and its mediocre performances. Also, Hunter Schafer shows that she has the tools to be a good scream queen. And with more practice in leading roles, I think she can get there. Day 8 ramped things back down, as there really weren't that many screenings this day. So I ended up only seeing one movie. It's What's Inside. Out of respect for the director's wishes, I won't give up anything about the plot. But I think going in blind is really the only way to see this movie. And overall, It's What's Inside is a very entertaining comedy thriller that is funny, has good chemistry within the cast, and is well shot and directed on a macro scale. But the movie is very millennial and is a bit messy in its presentation. I have a feeling this movie will be very popular on social media when it comes out on Netflix. So if you don't want to be left out, you should probably watch It's What's Inside. Day 9 was the last day. I ended up seeing 3 encore screenings. Side note, I could have seen 4 movies, but I was 4th from being turned away from Anne Hathaway's The Idea of You. But at least I could say I was 5 feet away from her. I first saw Resonator. Resonator is a documentary that follows the director learning more about her late father's invention, the Resonator, the first synthesizer that uses instruments instead of a keyboard. This is one of my favorites from the festival, as the storytelling is very well structured and engaging, and the animation was the best I saw at South by. This documentary has many flavors to it, but if you're a fan of music or mysteries, I think you'll enjoy it. The next encore screening I saw was actually for Roadhouse. This movie is a remake of the 80s Patrick Swayze classic. Well, at least Peter Griffin thinks it's a classic. This time around, we follow Jake Gyllenhaal as an ex-UFC fighter who gets hired to protect a roadhouse in the Florida Keys from a rowdy fighting crowd. Overall, Roadhouse is a mindless action remake that has an entertaining performance from Jake Gyllenhaal, well-choreographed action sequences, and pretty good humor. But the movie's held back by its formulaic story, bad over-the-top dialogue, and bad performances for some of the cast. Despite this, if you turn off your brain when you log onto Amazon Prime to watch this movie, you'll definitely be entertained, as the movie is just really balls-to-the-walls action. And the final movie I saw was Hoodwitch. And that's a wrap on South by Southwest 2024. I had another wonderful time at the festival, and I'll definitely be back next year. Seeing 17 premieres was truly an engaging experience, and I hope some of y'all get to see some of my favorites from the festival. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more film content from me.